Chapter 8, Wolf Patrol.
To say Bourdon was agitated would be an understatement. "No respect," he grumbled when Tiles walked up behind him. Tiles smiled and plopped down next to him. "What's crawling under your fur tonight, Bourdon?" Tiles asked. "Them," he said, pointing down at the human camp. They were camped at the mouth of the Narrows. They were the worst sort of humans. They had a large fire going almost out of control. They had destroyed the area with garbage. "When will they learn?" Bourdon asked. Tiles stood up and stretched. "When we teach them," he said, and he smiled down at Bourdon. Bourdon smiled as he figured out the thoughts that were going through Tiles' head. He stood as well, and they made their plan. Soon they went to their spots. Bourdon waited impatiently for Tiles to give the sign. He smiled in the dark. His student had become his teacher more and more each day. They laughed loudly, one of the campers tossing yet another empty beer bottle on the rocks, where it shattered, laying with countless others they had thrown there over the last 2 days. There was 4 of them. They had set up camp to explore the Narrows, but had wound up drinking most of the days away. The fire roared, and the haze of alcohol and other things clouded the 4 campers. They had been laughing at a horrible joke one had made about his wife at home, when the howl rang out into the night. They had all stopped speaking and laughing and looked at each other. "What was that?" one of them asked, but the only answer received was the confused faces of his friends. They saw a shadow skirt the campsite. They all stood, now fear truly washing through them. Something was out there. They heard more and more rustling, and then another howl rang out, but this time it was echoed by another on the other side of the camp. They were being hunted, and they could all feel it now. Then Tiles stepped into the light of the fire. "You are unwanted guests in our canyon," Tiles said, and rose to his full height. He was going to tell them to get out. However, he was never afforded the chance. They ran like children, not helping each other, just full-out sprint to save their own skin. Tiles and Bourdon easily kept up with them, and let them feel as if they were on their heels in a great chase. About 3 miles down the canyon, the men still ran with everything they had to get away from the 2 wolves. Tiles and Bourdon stopped their pursuit. They looked at each other and began laughing. "That was wonderful," said Bourdon. He was so happy to make an impact, as small as it may have been, but at least it was something. They walked back to the campsite and dumped all the men's gear into the fire and let it burn. The fire was finally calming down, and Tiles threw the last backpack on. There had been something in the backpack that created a very sweet-smelling smoke. Both Tiles and Bourdon stood inhaling the smoke, debating what would make such a smell. Soon the effects of the marijuana started to take hold, and the 2 wolves sat around the fire laughing and joking. The fire died out, and they stood and went for a morning run. Although they stumbled a bit here and there, when the effects had worn off, they both slept through most of the day. It would be a night that would be forever with both of them.